trending issues around the world. And to talk us about these national standards and curriculum framework, we have our guest. Let's call on Miss Nilin Enriquez.
Thank you, Miss Angel. So trending today is the debate between the United Nations and the Republic of the Philippines, happening on Twitter. According to my reliable source, this debate is all about the national standards and framework. First, what is standards? So standards is what students are expected to learn in each grade and each subject. Each state Department of Education creates standards for schools within the state. These standards become the basis for the way teachers are trained, what they teach, and what is on state standardized tests that students take. Learning standards are concise, written descriptions of what students are expected to know and be able to do at a specific stage of their education. Learning standards describe educational objectives. For example, what students should have learned by the end of a course, grade level, or grade span. In the Philippines, by law, education is compulsory for 13 years, kindergarten and grades 1 to 12. And it is grouped into 3 levels: elementary school, kindergarten to grade 6, junior high school, grade 7 to 10, and senior high school, grades 11 to 12. Where do standards come from? The standards or movement grew out of frustration in the late 1990s with a fragmented public school system with many levels of bureaucracy. Local, state, national, in which expectations for students varied widely and too few poor and minority students were achieving. Why are standards important? Without standards, districts and schools don't have goals to shoot for. By matching what is taught in a classroom to the standards in each subject area, students, including their parents and teachers, will know what teachers should be teaching, what students should be learning, and what they will be tested on. Now, let's talk about framework. Framework. A curriculum framework is an organized plan or set of standards or learning outcomes that defines the content to be learned in terms of clear, definable standards for what the student should know and be able to do. A curriculum framework is part of an outcome-based education or standards. Based education reform design. The framework is the second step, defining clear, high standards which will be achieved by all students. The curriculum is then aligned to the standards and students are assessed against the standards. In the Philippines, the K-12 covers kindergarten and 12 years of basic education to provide sufficient time for mastery of concepts and skills, develop lifelong learners, and prepare graduates for tertiary education, middle-level skills development, employment, and entrepreneurship. In kindergarten, students learn alphabet, numbers, shapes, and colors through games, songs, and dances in their mother tongue. Aside from mother tongue, English and Filipino are taught as subjects starting grade 1, with a focus on oral fluency. From grades 4 to 6, English and Filipino are gradually introduced as languages of instruction. Both will become primary languages for instruction in junior high school and senior high school. Senior high school is 2 years of specialized upper secondary education. Students may choose to specialization based on aptitude, interest, and school capacity. The choice of career track will define the content of the subjects a student will take in grades 11 and 12. Senior high school subjects fall under either the core curriculum or specific tracks. That's all, Miss Angel. Back to you.
Thank you, Miss Lillian Enriquez for this substantial information about these trending issues around the world. Now, I will be back after this short minute of break.